home, instead just the opposite. A loving family with problems, a victim of my surroundings. Our biggest
My name is Macedonio Arteaga Jr. and I currently work for a department called Race Relations and Advocacy. I'm also an executive director of a nonprofit organization called Iskali. Well, growing up, when I grew up in high school, middle school, it was early 80s. We, as Mexicans or Chicanos, Mexican Americans, we didn't have anything we could relate to, just on TV. The closest thing we had was Speedy Gonzalez. You guys probably, I don't even know if you guys know what that is. It's this stupid little rat, and he had this like stupid cousin. But that was like the greatest thing in the world because we'd come home and Speedy Gonzalez was on, you know, and we could relate to that. But then I started thinking, as I started getting older in high school, I was like, dang, this sucks, dude. The only thing I relate to is this stupid rat that steals cheese. You know what I mean? And his cousin's like this lazy, stereotypical Mexican. And I was like, all the Mexicans I know are not lazy. They're working their butts off. And I don't know anybody like that, like Speedy Gonzalez's cousin. How to overcome that was I went to college and I started learning more about like my culture and my history, and I think learning about who I was, it gave me like a better sense of who I really was. Like I wasn't like this rat that chased cheese. You know, there was a whole history about my people here in the United States. I mean, don't even go to Mexico. Just here in the United States, I started learning how we help the economy. How about 15 years ago, a group of us Chicanos who graduated from college wanted to start something for Chicano students because we realized that a lot of kids were dropping out of high school. They weren't doing very well, especially from our culture. So we started an organization, really a movement, because it wasn't a nonprofit at the time, to try to teach kids about their culture and their history and encourage them to finish school, try to like politicize them and kind of show them what's really happening. You know, growing up, like, well, I didn't really hear it, but I heard other kids being told that they could do whatever they want in life. I mean, they told all the white kids that at my school. They didn't really tell me or my Mexican friends, but I finally realized that that's really, really real, that you can really do that. You have to have a certain discipline, and once you really, really believe it, your heart actually sends more signals to your brain than your brain sends to your heart. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the heart is actually functioning as a vehicle of thought and creativity. It's sending more messages to your brain than your brain is to your heart. You can hear that message, oh, you could do whatever you want. And it could be in your brain, but once it's gotten to your heart, you know it's there because you'll feel it at a different level. You'll understand it at a different level. You won't think about it with your head anymore. You think about it with your heart. And when it's gotten here, you can accomplish anything.